News, events, sports. Same time, same place, right in the heart of Isla Vista. UCSBTV is serving UC Santa Barbara and the surrounding community with real journalism.
Hello and welcome back to UCSBTV, the university's only broadcast news station, bringing you all the news, sports, and events you need to know in and around Isla Vista. I'm Zuri Wilson.
And I'm Francesca. Here are the top stories for tonight. Israeli missiles struck the historic Lebanese port city of Tyre on Wednesday, just hours after the Israeli military warned civilians to evacuate 25 miles north of the city. Video from the scene shows large clouds of smoke as multiple buildings were attacked. There were no reports of casualties.
This strike comes just one day after another attack on Tuesday. Israeli missiles targeted a residential area near a major government hospital in Lebanon's capital of Beirut. Israel's military claimed the attack was aimed at Hezbollah infrastructure. According to the Lebanese Health Ministry, 18 people were killed and dozens were injured in the Beirut strike. Lebanon's state news agency reported widespread destruction to homes and infrastructure. UCSB-TV will keep you updated on this developing story.
This Wednesday, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will be headed to the battleground states in a push to get undecided voters to the polls. Harris will be taking live questions from voters at a CNN town hall event in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and Trump will be delivering keynote remarks at a Georgia for Trump rally in Duluth, Georgia. We will continue to provide you with all news and coverage for the 2024 general election. Halloween is coming up next week, and Isla Vista law enforcement is focused on creating a safe community during the holiday.
Isla Vista Community Services District has distributed rules and guidelines for students to last through November 4th. According to the IVCSD website, there should be no live or pre-recorded organized outdoor music activity from October 26th to November 2nd between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. The year-long noise ordinance still stands starting at 12 a.m. on Friday to Saturday and 10 p.m. Sunday to Thursday. The organization advises to stay cautious near cliffs and be aware of balcony weight limits around the Del Playa area.
Gauchos for Recovery will also be giving out free Narcan, naloxone kits, and fentanyl test strips at room 1105 of Embarcadero Hall and at IVCSD's Health and Safety Vending Machine at 976 Embarcadero Del Mar. This year's message, keep it local, keep it safe.
In local news, researchers at UCSB are leading a project to predict when and where great sharks will show up near the beach. Amanda Nolan has the story.
Hey Gauchos, next time you are at the beach or surfing, keep your eyes out for more than just the sunset. New research has shown an increase in sharks along the shores, and they are closer than you think.
In recent years, researchers have recognized the Carpinteria area, 20 miles south of UCSB, as a nursery for young great white sharks.
Associate Professor Douglas McCauley of UCSB has led a research study trying to predict when and where great white sharks appear near the shores.
I got a chance to speak with Neil Nathan, a project scientist at the Benioff Ocean Science Laboratory and one of the researchers on this study.
It is really exciting to be working on something like great white sharks. They're such an incredibly fascinating, complex animals, and It's really special that here in Santa Barbara, just south, 20 minutes south of Padera Beach, we have one of the largest juvenile white shark aggregations in the state.
The study found that the time of day, time of year, and water temperature significantly affect white shark density.
Findings from our study was that so there is a seasonality. We tend to see them more in the summer and the fall months, although there is a little bit of consistent presence throughout. But the interesting finding is also within the day, we found that sharks were more present, or at least visible at the surface, during the afternoon time. So around 2 to 4 p.m., something around there.
As the sea surface temperature warms throughout the day, sharks tend to swim and spend more time closer to the surface compared to the cooler seafloor.
So that's kind of an important part to know because, the surface and the surf line is pretty much where all of us tend to be hanging out when we're surfing or swimming or paddleboarding.
Smaller sharks that tend to be younger are more sensitive to seasonal changes and water temperature.
You could consider them warm-blooded even, endothermic, where they keep their body temperatures warmer than the surrounding waters, but these young sharks are a lot less good at doing that than the adults, and so that's what brings juveniles, in the 1 to 5 year old range close to the shore.
Surfing is ingrained in the culture here in Santa Barbara, with access to some of the best surf spots in Southern California. I got a chance to speak with Professor Stuart Sweeney, who has taught lower division course Geography of Surfing since 2001 and has been surfing for over 50 years.
I do know they're around. People do catch them off the pier, but you just want to keep it in perspective.
Professor Sweeney shared that while seeing sharks in the water is normal, being attacked by one is highly unlikely.
Well, the first thing is it's a very remote risk and somewhat controllable.
However, he shares that sharks prey on sea lions, which can easily be mistaken for humans when it's darker outside. He cautions to be more conscientious about when you are going out into the water.
Just always kind of thinking about the relative risk and not pushing into areas where it's problematic.
Early, this research has shown that an increase of sharks doesn't mean an increase in shark and human interaction.
These research that we've been finding, the amount of sharks that are coming back, but the lack of increase in risk, it shows that we really shouldn't be afraid of these creatures. We should really be cherishing them, protecting them, and making sure that they continue to play a really positive role in keeping the balance of the oceans. That is what sort of sustains us as people. So that people should continue to be excited about getting in the water and surfing, not be thinking about the fact that there might be a shark near me, or taking comfort in the fact that if there is, you're probably not gonna.
That is all we have for you tonight. UCSBTV wishes you all a fun and safe spooky season, and we will see you next week with all the news, sports, and events here in the heart of Isla Vista. I'm Zuri Wilson.
And I'm Francesca D'Agata. This is UCSBTV.